Hi, I'm Cara, the editor of Beauty Magazine, and welcome to Beauty School. This month, in association with Scholl, we're looking at the foot care market, paying particular attention to winter foot care. I'm joined by Judith Anders, a professional podiatrist and Scholl foot care expert, who's going to talk through some of the problems and solutions for this season. So Judith, how should a foot care regime change when we move into winter?
Of course it shouldn't. That normal daily routine should remain the same whatever time of year, so people really build it into their everyday life. So looking at exfoliating products used approximately once a week, but the important thing at a basic level is moisturising, keeping that foot skin hydrated on a daily basis ideally.
And what about treatments? Are there extra things that can be built into a regime when we come round to the colder winter months?
Yes, of course. I mean, foot skin might be drier like normal body skin when we get into the winter months and we're exposed to things like central heating, hot and cold offices. So a real nourishing treatment is really nice at night. So when you're cosy in the living room, to use an enriched skin food or a deep moisturising product, and maybe put a pair of socks over there to really seal in that moisture and allow for rehydration of that foot skin.
So you can literally just leave them on overnight?
Yes, absolutely. Some products are designed for that, to be left on over the night.
So what are some of the major problems people can experience come winter time?
People tend to move into winter footwear, so closed shoes and boots. And with that change in footwear, that can sometimes bring problems of its own, so increased friction and shear forces at particular parts of the foot.
What are the difference between those?
Blisters are commonly associated with high frictional forces over a very short period of time. So by that I mean if you, for example, going shopping and maybe wearing a shoe that's uncomfortable, you feel it rubbing, but only for a very short period of time. But those forces, those mechanical forces that are rubbing on the foot, can lead to, for example, blister development. So where the skin is responding to that intense but short period of frictional forces or rubbing, can lead to the protective mechanism of a blister development. Essentially, the skin is reacting to those forces to try and protect the vulnerable skin underneath. With corn and callus development, that's generally associated over a much longer period of time. So lower frictional forces, but over a much longer period. So you wouldn't necessarily feel the sharp pain that's associated with blisters, but over time, if people are, say, wearing inappropriate footwear, that rubs just on a bony prominence, or maybe the foot function is leading to some areas on the bottom of the foot to increased forces, that can in time lead to conditions that we see like corn and callus development.
And how can those particular problems be dealt with?
Well, it really depends on the severity of that problem. Ideally, people should be getting a professional assessment of what the trigger cause is. It could be that there are abnormal biomechanics, for example, in heavy callus development. So it might be that they need a custom-made orthotic. Alternatively, they could be recommended to seek an off-the-shelf orthotic, which could help with the foot function, and there are those products available.
There seems to be a wide range of product options for corns and calluses in particular. How can people navigate that market?
The reason that there is this wide choice is that the symptoms associated with corns and callus can vary widely depending on the severity of that condition. Corns generally are associated with a much higher pain response because of the location of where these lesions occur. Corns tend to be associated with bony prominences on the foot, and so those treatment solutions, you will be looking at padding solutions to protect those bony areas, but also removal solutions. So, for example, products that have salicylic acid bases in there, which actually act as a keratolytic to break down that hard skin. Similarly, for callus products, you have the padding and removal range of products, but people might want to use, for example, a callus file if it's over a diffuse area.
And what if a file sounds a bit too severe for some customers?
There are callus and hard skin remover creams available now.
And what can people do to help avoid those problems forming in the first place?
Most importantly, people need to look at the shoes that they're wearing. A good, well-fitting, comfortable shoe is the most important thing that people can do for their foot health. Other than that, there are a range of products available that people can buy to improve the comfort and hygiene of the shoes. So going back to foot function, the orthotic range of products, or a more basic range of insoles. So for warmth of the foot in the colder months, lamb's wool insoles, or looking at a hygiene factor, odour control insoles.
And what about children? What particular foot care problems might they be encountering?
I think the most common problem associated with children's feet is that of the verruca virus. And although the incidence probably doesn't change that much throughout the year, it might be that back to school season brings an increased awareness of the problems of the verruca virus and the verruca lesions.
And there are loads of products out there on the market. How can mums choose one that's going to suit them and their children?
Yeah, again, that goes down to personal choice. So there are formats available that replicate the type of technology that a healthcare professional would use, or you've got your salicylic range of products, pads and treatments.
And in the winter party season, people might need products to help them with the shoes that they're wearing. What can they opt for?
Higher heels, of course, will increase the force on the ball of the foot in particular. So gel cushioning products are ideal to reduce some of that force under that area. If people find that the gel cushions are a little too thick in these very delicate party shoes, then they might want to look at thinner gel options that are now available.
And those can actually sit in the bottom of a strappy open-toed pair of shoes and almost blend into the background because they're invisible, can't they?
Gel by nature in its performance is excellent at reducing shock and pressure. Also, of course, the advantage of a gel product is that it's invisible once it's positioned within the shoe or sandal. Within that range of products, there are a number of solutions that will offer protection discreetly for vulnerable areas. Popular options are slingback strips, heel shields and gel toe posts.
And in summary, what are your top tips for glamorous winter feet?
Well, maintain a good foot care regime at all times of the year, and that way through using exfoliating products, moisturising products, nail brightening products, you'll have healthy, attractive looking feet all year round. And going into the party season, look at protection products, so the gel range of products to increase the comfort, and products such as the blister plasters to reduce rubbing.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Thank you.